Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Dana with From Fertility to Delivery. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're talking about the conception cradle. Now the conception cradle is energetic. If we were to have a shape, it would have a shape of the Holy Grail. And I know we've heard a lot about that in history as being what the womb basically is. Also, when you look at the tarot cards, the Ace of Cups is considered a creative card and also promotes fertility. So the Grail and the vessel that holds the baby and the baby's soul, the baby's essence, and eventually the actual fetus itself, that also looks like a grail. When you look at the womb and the way it's shaped, that looks like a grail as well. This is a wine glass. This is definitely not a grail, but it has the same idea. So I want to make sure I'm visual in this explanation. So basically you have this shape where you have a very wide opening, and then you have the stem and the base that protect, hold, and support this part. The opening, the actual cup itself. So when we talk about fertility, that's actually what's being created when we conceive. So another way of looking at it is using your hands, and do this with me if it helps you. You have the female aspect, you have the male aspect, and they come together. So you want to put your elbows together, your forearms together, your wrists together, and keep your hands wide open to receive and to hold the baby. So the conception cradle looks like this, basically. And on an etheric level, the base of the conception cradle is the kundalini energy and your chakra system. That is the energy that runs parallel to your spine, if you were to visualize it. Now, all of these elements I talk about in my spiritual fertility class, because it's not high level. I break it down very well so everyone can understand what's happening when we conceive. Now, when there is a break, a fracture, or there's something missing in that column of energy, that is when we're not in alignment with fertility. And that's when fertility starts to feel like infertility. So learning how to create a strong foundation for the conception cradle is how we get to fertility. Now, you can't just jump there. You can't jump to that module and just start it and think, okay, we're good. That's not necessarily how it works, depending on where you are in your stages. If you've had a lot of issues with fertility, or maybe you've been waiting a very absorbent amount of time, there's a lot of building blocks that you want to create and make sure that they're established. So really getting to understand the chakra system, and I go over that in the class. Maybe you have a weak chakra that you didn't even realize was why you can't forcefully talk to other people. That's your throat chakra. Maybe your throat chakra is atrophied and you push your words down, or you bite your tongue when you talk to people. Maybe it's the solar plexus, and the solar plexus is the yellow chakra located right around your diaphragm, right above your belly button. That one gives you self-confidence, self-awareness. It's like the lion in the jungle. If you feel timid and shy most of your life, you would probably never make a video and put it on YouTube. Trust me, I've been there. I felt like that for a long time, and then I just forced myself to get on here and share. But that might be atrophied as well. So what we're doing is we're not necessarily pushing you into the limelight or forcing you to speak, but we're strengthening that chakra, bringing the color into that area and rejuvenating it. It goes from looking dull and gray to looking vibrant, and that color shines through. So eating those colors, eating yellow squash for your chakra, blueberries for your third eye, things like that. Or even wearing the color or putting it in your environment. Those are some of the tips that I offer in the class that I have, the spiritual fertility class. Now the conception cradle, going back to that, is also a part of your kundalini energy. And I'm not here to say you need to have a kundalini awakening in order to have a baby. That doesn't make any sense. But you have to be aware that it exists. So connecting to your kundalini energy is just connecting to the energy that runs through the entire body. And what do you do to connect to that? You can go outside and walk in nature barefoot. It could be as easy as that. A lot of these things are really simple, and we confuse it and make it totally convoluted, but we need to get back to the simplicity of all of this. It's our mind that's making it confusing. But when we relax that and move into a state of alignment, we can connect with everything. So that's what I really wanted to talk about today. The simplicity of getting there. It feels complex, but as we untangle everything, we can get into a state where we can create the conception cradle. Now, there's two parts of the conception cradle. There's the male energy and the female energy, or however you want to look at that. So if you're working, you're putting the work in, doing the work, make sure your partner is doing it as well. It could be as easy as journaling for them. It could be as easy as talking to them about it when they're open and ready to talk about it. It could be as easy as connecting on a very emotional level with them, and even creating an imaginary story with them about having a future family. So these are the things, these are the ideas, and a lot of other things go into the actual spiritual fertility course. Visual information, creation of visual information, all of the exercises that I put in there. And those are really, really the building blocks of the actual course. So the course is on my website, fromfertilitytodelivery.com. And it is under the courses section. There's a tab that has the courses. I have the Welcome Your Baby course, which I launched recently. And that one is a little bit more of a lighter version of the spiritual fertility course. The spiritual fertility course is the nuts and bolts. And it's on a direct path to creating the conception cradle, what that looks like, what you need to do to get there. So that is... it's a labor of love. I worked 3 to 4 years on that course, downloading information, intuitively putting what makes sense together in each module, and then recording it and presenting it to the world. So it is something that I really put my heart and soul into. And for what you're getting, the quality, it's pretty darn good. So I appreciate you being here and having some desires that you don't want to let go of. No one should ever tell you to, stop thinking about having a family because you're too old, or you had issues in the past, or, maybe your life isn't financially where it's supposed to be. None of that matters when the soul wants to come in. When you see teenagers that get pregnant, are they financially ready to have a baby? Probably not. But the alignment is there. There is no blocks. They're just having fun. And honestly, that's kind of how the baby comes in, when they're just being kind of young and dumb. Also, one night stands. Babies come in at that time as well. That carefree moment. Babies come in as well when nefarious things have happened, like incest or even rape. So I'm not coming here to say that you have to have this beautiful spiritual alignment and it has to be this way and this way. Babies come in whenever they want to come in. Let's look at all of these real life scenarios. What I'm saying is to clear out the blocks and find a home in fertility. So that is the key point that I want to make today. So just a reminder, every Thursday I'm going to show up live around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so Miami, New York time, around 9 o'clock, so whatever that is for you, on either YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, because those are the locations that have the live opportunities. And as eventually I'll try to stream that together so we're all live together, but I'm still working on that. That's a little above my technical know-how right now. But I know StreamYard can do that, and I just have to look at the technical part of that. But either way, thank you so much for being here. My website is fromfertilitytodelivery.com. You can find the spiritual fertility class in the tab where it says courses, spiritual fertility. And the value of the class is there. I have a lump sum payment and 3 installment payments. And for what you're getting when you take this and you look at IVF treatments or other things that are out on the market, it's substantially less. It's all natural, and it doesn't affect anything from a health perspective. It's all in here. And the energy. Once we clear the energy, we can get so many places in our lives, not just a family, growing a family, finances, health, happiness, all of those things. So many blessings to you today and every day, and I look forward to being here to help you on your journey.